Alrighty, welcome to Astro Prospector. This is, almost by definition, the exact kind of game that I think I would be into and a lot of people watching may be into. It is an incremental space mining game. It is... Sometimes it is just what the doctor ordered. Very similar to, I think it's To The Core, in some ways, which was a game about mining a lot of random ore to upgrade things to get more ore. Greetings, Rebel. Space Corps is taking over all the Astro coffee in the universe, launch to their cofferoid fields and mine away as many, I'm assuming this is beans. Ships come with a built-in automatic laser that looks for nearby targets. You will get sleepy after a while in space, so act quickly. Use beans and other resources to upgrade your ship and grow powerful. Return Astro coffee to humanity. We're counting on you. So, what is a prospect? Repair the ship and unlock upgrades. This is just the beginning of the adventure. We have upgraded. We do not have any beans here. Our task is to collect 15 beans, though. We have an automatic laser. We can get some beans. This is a fantastic start. Give me some beans. Huge. Don't know how many beans we just got from that, but we got enough beans. We're getting tired though. Our laser beam is not doing much damage, but we've just started here. We collected one singular bean. Thankfully, it does appear that we have enough to get like a damage upgrade, which should hopefully make things slightly better. Twice as better, as it were. I walk away for a moment to refill my water. When I come back to the channel, that yeah, my bad. My bad on that one. Run out of coffee 3 times. Achievement unlocked. Okay, so we need 3 beans to get that better. That is an extra 5 seconds of coffee. You know what? I think I can live with doing one more run, getting another bean, and then upgrading our damage again. We just can't get distracted. We just have to make sure that we're at least getting 2 beans a run here. Maybe even 3. Who knows? What I didn't. You know what? I didn't even consider the fact that bumping into the bean steroid would actually get me killed. Okay, we got 3 damage though. 3 damage is good. Set me up here. We're gonna 3-shot them. That's incredible work. More beans, please. Ooh. Okay, cool. 3 beans. Wait, do we collect 3 beans here? I think we did. Now, from there, we need 7 to upgrade the base damage. We can go faster, though. We can also reduce the cooldown of the laser beam. I think we'll get like an extra 5 seconds on our timer here, which could be good. And then I guess we'll add some extra time onto it as well. We'll just continue going. An extra 10 seconds. I don't know how much it's going to add to me here, but at the very least, it's something. I mean, to be honest, it could be like an extra bean or 2. Because I don't think we... I think we narrowly get like 3 beans per run. That could knock us up to like 4 or 5. Unless we cannot reach it. Come on, one more. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. 5 beans have been collected. One more, and then we are looking pretty solid. We get our task done, and I don't actually know what getting our task sorted will entail. So unsteady. I don't know what it is about the concept of like we have like warp drives, we have all this space technology. I guess it's kind of like Futurama, where there's all this technology, but like the plot of the show revolves around like a delivery agency. It's like a mundane concept in a futuristic setting that I'm kind of like, yeah. Okay, so we get 1 potion, destroy 1 space core machine. Can we do that? That's the question. Oh, we do. We can unlock bombs with that, though. That could be interesting. I would be willing to put a point into you. You're at max level now. And then that will upgrade our base damage by 2. To detonate a bomb, fly over it with your ship. 175% of base damage. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be willing to put a point into this and get even more base damage unlocked here. I think we're going to one-shot the ships now. Oh wait, we don't one-shot the ships, we almost do though. That is exceptionally disappointing that we do not one-shot the ships. Pick up the coffee bean! Now we have to destroy one of these ships, but I have not... I'd be willing to say I don't trust the idea that we can actually kill this quickly. Okay, I mean that was my bad. I just walked into that. Send me again. It's doable. We got some extra time here. What do we got? Add 15 seconds of coffee. Go through 4 rings to gain 1 brain and upgrade your ship during the run. I like how it does show you what you're going to need for each upgrade. And I probably should have got Bon Voyage because it does unlock like an extra bit of the tree. It does unlock the next part of the skill tree. Okay, now that we've done that, the enemy ship is here. So we can start moving towards that to actually destroy it, hopefully. Just keep flying in a circle. Beautiful. It drops a bunch of beans. Maybe we should be focusing on killing these, actually. One more. Okay, we got some beans here. We have gotten another elixir that will upgrade us here. We got to destroy 25 cofferoids. So let's get Bon Voyage. We could probably upgrade our speed as well. Reduces bomb cooldown, increases bomb range, and then increases our base damage. I'm gonna go for like a little bit of speed here, and then a little bit of laser beam upgrade as well. Give me some more speed. That being said, if we get base damage up, it means that we can actually one-shot the cofferoids, which probably, in all actuality, is a good idea and something that we should do. But nevertheless. You do offer a lot of beans, though. Ay. Okay, there is like a mothership coming in right now. I don't like that thing, man. Okay, increase. Oh, brother. I mean, we do kind of want that. Increases the amount of beans dropped by 1. Our collection radius going up is kind of nice as well. I wonder. I mean, honestly, I think we want our base damage to be as high as it can possibly be here. So send me on just doing this again, because we want to maintain. You can oh dude, you can WASD it as well. I did not realize. That's a little bit more comfortable. Don't have the mouse on the screen the whole time. I think that we got like a chip there that is going to be part of an upgrade. My phone go off it. 1 second, chat. Okay. Oh, we didn't get one. I thought we got one of them. Defeat the Space Corp machine boss. Alright, so we're not going to be able to get that until we beat the boss. So we need focus. Oh, it's milk is what it's given us, right? We don't have any scrap, but we do have beans. So give me an upgrade there. And that will hopefully be enough to start making some work on a lot of these asteroids. I'm praying that we do one-shot them now. Okay, that's huge. I'm quite happy. We gotta destroy 25 of these, so I'm happy to just focus in on getting rid of these when I can. I'm assuming that's the boss of the area. Ay caramba. It got us. 25. I mean, laser cooldown, I do like. It's max level though. Increase lasers by... Ooh. These are some good upgrades, actually. Increasing the number of lasers would be huge. But then increasing the amount of coffee would be huge. But which is better? That's the question. Okay, we got. I mean, I'm gonna take a punt on trying to kill the boss here. Where is it though? Is the question I want to know. Let's see what we can do. Okay, you know what? With the bomb damage, I mean, I'm not a coffee drinker anymore these days, and that is for plenty of different reasons. Mostly because of my bum. It wreaks havoc upon my bottom. You know what, man? Increase me like that, because then we'll get the license to get the floor rings going, and we can maybe make something happen here. Give me a max level there as well. We have got milk for another upgrade. What do we spend that milk on though? 15 seconds could be kind of nice to add to the mix though. Okay, we're now back to we're on the second world, so we're kind of, well, I don't know. I don't want to say like weak again, but we're certainly not as strong as we could have been. We were infinitely stronger on the last one. Okay, we got rid of one. We got rid of one of the machines. Listen, I don't think there's that much to understand about the game. It's literally just like mine a thing and then go. I don't know. I guess it's not abundantly obvious for everybody, but we have got flow now, and presumably we want to hit them as quickly and as often as we can. Can you put subway surfers in the corner? The thing is, I would love to do that, but what you have to understand is there is one video that I did where I did do that as a joke, and all the comments are like, please don't do that again, because when you do that I can't focus on anything else in the video. And I don't really know how to respond to that, man, because like it obviously like worked, whatever it was, but like they were paying attention, people were listening, people were watching, but they weren't watching, I guess, what was meant to be being watched, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. And that's like, it's like dangerous technology that I'm not sure I'm ready to like unleash upon the world. Because like it's kind of like when I would start out Twitch stream and then the Twitch title would be like, someone has mentioned you in chat, and everybody comes into the stream and they're like, who's talking about me? Who's talking about me? And I'm like, I'm sorry, nobody's actually talking about you, it was just like a joke. But while you're here, you know, you might as well stick around. Some points into some random stuff here. Put on Jetpack Joyride. It's a good game though. The amount of beans that we're getting thus far has already gone up quite a lot. Oh, we're hitting Bean Town, man. Bean City. Get a little bit of flow as well. We still gotta destroy like as many ships as we can though, and also ideally we hit the flow rings. That's what they're called, I guess. I wanted the floor ring. Okay, we destroyed 5 of them though, which means I think we get some milk. He needs some milk. Collect 100. That'll be very, very easy. What do we spend the milk on though? Base damage for each one floor ring. Could do that. Increasing the collection radius is not bad either. I was kind of hoping that it would unlock this part, but so I could see if I wanted it or not. But you know what? Let's increase the speed of the ship. That's not bad. That's not a bad upgrade. We need to like fly about. Back from uni. How's it going? I'm having a wonderful day. The weekend was insanely difficult for me because of the heat. Like I had 2 fans like on me, well not on me but in the room, and also I was letting my nuts hang, and it was still a tough time. A lot of British UK gets a tremendous amount of flack from anybody that lives in a country where sun is a regular occurrence. But they don't forget that first of all, it's not a regular occurrence here. Second of all, it's like a different type of heat, man. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like it's a debilitating heat. It's not a fun heat that you want to spend some time in, you know? Okay, we collected 45 and 3 focus in that as well. We must have focus, like enough to do something with here. I did accidentally spend all of my stuff there, but that's okay. We'll get Sonic Force. 1% extra base damage to the laser. Gain a new laser when reaching 3 floor rings. That could be interesting, considering we do want to get some extra lasers, I think. Britain has a high humidity. Trust me, I know the feeling is terrible. It sucks, man. But like people just, they don't get it, man. And it's tough, man, because like when people from like Texas or whatever are talking about how like people from the UK are babies because they can't handle heat, and it's like, you know, it's 98 degrees on a Tuesday here, and then they get hit with like a snowstorm, the likes of which, you know, that they're not equipped to deal with that. Not that we're like equipped to deal with it, we get snow more regularly than Texas would, right? And then all of a sudden it's like they're in emergency mode, and rightly so, because they're just not equipped to deal with it. But you know, who is, man? Places that are cold very regularly, I suppose. All I'm saying is, and what I'm trying to get at, is that we don't have to come at each other's throats, because we're all in the same bag. We're all in the same boat together here, and it's heading for oblivion. So we may as well just settle in, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. Let's get some upgrades here. Let's decrease the flow spawn time a little bit. And then, you know what? Add me some base damage as well to the laser. I should be saving up for that, actually. Getting scrap from the machines would be great. I did laugh at a story about states shutting down public transit and allowing kids to stay home because of 10 centimeters of snow. Yeah, we find it funny, but like they probably don't, which is, you know, that's the only thing that matters, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But like realistically, like, yeah, I would see if like sub-Saharan Africa got hit with like an immense amount of snow and everybody was in complete panic. I'd be like, yeah, because like what are they gonna, like, they're not expecting that. Like, what do you mean? The hottest place on earth? Oh, brother. The hottest place on earth gets hit with a snowstorm, and I'm not saying that Texas is like the hottest place on earth, but it's pretty warm. I gotta give. I've never been, but I've been to like Las Vegas, and that was warm in like December. So like, I can't even imagine what it's like at the height of summer. And Texas is like, I think, further south than that, closer to the equator. So it's very tough, very tough. We need to build a giant Walmart, a giant Target, Costco, surrounding the state of Texas. Air conditioning all the time. Everybody's gonna be cool. Also, you guys have air conditioners, and I'm very jealous of that in America. Like, if you live in a state that is warm, I think that you guys tend to err on the side of air conditioning. That's like generalization, because I don't know how expensive they are, and I might be. I don't want to say like. I don't know. I would say that. How much are they? I would assume that like apartments in hot states come with AC, right? But that being said, I don't know. You know what? We're gonna launch it again because I like to get scrap from the things that I destroy. But it's a weird heat, man. When I went to Japan, it was in monsoon season, and that is like that is a weird, freaky heat that I've never like experienced before, because it was like bombing it down with rain, and it was like God was furious with the fact that I was there. But also it was like so unbelievably warm. Like it was like the rain was hot, man. I couldn't believe it. Hold on, we may actually be a boss here. We actually be a boss, I don't believe it. We defeated the Space Corp machine. Get a window AC unit, it's $150 at most. What is... Okay, so... Hold on. First of all, what does a window AC unit do? How is it different than a fan? Explain! It gets cold? Yeah, I get it. What do you mean? I get that it gets cold, dog. You gotta give me a bit more information, man. I mean, I don't have 150 bucks to spend on an AC anyway, so... That's definitely not something I'm concerning myself with right now, but... Yeah, you gotta sell me, baby. I should unlock a triple laser beam with this. It says look at the screen, please. You're right. You're so right. So true. 159. We're still saving up for the scrap. Evaporative cooling, thermodynamic science. It gets cold. A fan just pushes air. People, I mean, honestly, it is a true test of faith when people, I'm like, explain how an air conditioner even works, and they're like, it just like, a fan just pushes cold air, but a fan pushes air, but this one is different. I don't understand how an air conditioner works, man. I know what it does fundamentally, right? It makes like the room colder than it was. Which is fine. I'm behind that concept. The proof of concept is solid, man. There's not really any... I got no notes for that proof of concept. Why it's different than a fan is what eludes me. You know? We are collecting a lot. A lot of things. It works like your fridge. It sounds like the electricity bill would go insane or crazy though. Dude, electricity bills are nuts right now, as is, at least in the UK. Like, I don't really use like that much electricity apart from like having the computers on. Granted, most of the day. And granted, it's 2 computers. But beyond that, like the electricity bill, like I don't know, when I moved in here it was like 75 bucks, which was like pretty fine. Now, like sometimes it's like above 200. When I say bucks, I mean Britbong money as well, just so we're clear. Look at 17 flow. Generate 1 coffee for every 3. I did not mean to do that. Okay, sure. Hey, sure. Every laser deals 5% base damage for each other actively. You know what? Give me this so it's generating stuff passively. How about that? John Zard, thanks so much for the sub. What's cooler than being cool? We all know that it's ice cold. Alright. Hey, collect 500 coffee seeds. I'll never, like, it's insane that, to be fair, the best version of the song is the one that's in Herb Sim in the Say, but like and I know that it means something different in like their lingo. It means like let's go crazy, but the other version of let's get it started existed, and nobody was like, should we do this? Nobody was like, is this a good idea? Maybe we could use another word. It's a brave move, admittedly. But nobody in the writing room was like, hey, do we think somebody will take offense to this song? Maybe, perhaps. Maybe we should. maybe we could do something. Is there like another word or sentence we could use that isn't this? Are we gonna have to answer for our crimes in some years to come? Well, I mean, will.i.am has got plenty of crimes to answer to. I'll be honest with you. Mostly against like technology, I think. He really fancies himself as like a Steve Jobs kind of adjacent being, and I think that's a tough one to stomach. That's a tough one to like take seriously. We're getting a lot of beans, man. We do have some milk though. Thank you for the milk. destroy 70 Cofferoids, we can do that, no problem. They had no other choice. What else rhymes with started? I don't think you're right. I don't think there's any other word in the English language that rhymes with that. I think you have a point. Yes, we've unlocked some scrap from the Space Core machines. Wonderful. They painted themselves into a corner. It's like really not their fault, if you think about it. Really hard, like really hard. You have to really, really think about it. They could have farted is one, but then that's not very like. That's a bit like they're gonna get some weird champs for that one. People are gonna think they're weird. Departed, but then they're leaving the party, so that's an impossibility because they do not leave the party because the party is just beginning. They've showed up to the party, so they're not gonna be departing unless they're departing for the party. You gotta think, man. You gotta think about the lyrical nuances of like songwriting, man. We're not gonna get a top 40 hit with this kind of spitballing, man. Oh. And a contextual rhyming scheme, yeah. I mean, there's not really, I mean, I guess in their lingo. It's from like a certain part of where they grew up, right? That's what the word originally comes from, I think. Very, very interesting. We can go for some range. Give me some base damage to the laser. And send me on another one. They could have fired. That is true though. But then that would probably not be as like a popular of a song because like people are not in the club. They're not gonna. They might be. I don't know, man. To be honest, man, if like Amish Paradise came on in the club by Weird Al Yankovic, I would probably go crazy. I'd go white boy crazy on that one, man. I'd be kicking my legs in the air and all sorts, man. I might do some heel clicks. But that being But that being said, people don't tend to be singing about farting in the club. You know what I mean? It would go crazy. It's a shame, and it says more about society that we're too scared to sing about farting in the club. I need to add some extra time on, man. Look at you. Adds 1 life. That could be valuable. It's an open market, really. I may be Mandela affecting myself here. I'm almost certain that I have heard White and Nerdy in the club, but I'm not sure, and I might just be lying. I don't want to like say it with any great certainty because I might actually just be telling a fib. But then, like, why would it be on in the club? That's the next question that gets posited to me, and my answer is like, I don't know why it would. There's nothing wrong with the song. I'm just like, why would people? The DJ's like, you know what? Turn this crowd up to the maximum. Put on some Weird Al. Maybe there was some like sponsor nights when the Weird Al movie came out. Who knows, man? Who really knows these days, at least? Will this damage me if I walk through it? It will not damage me if I walk through it. That's big news. I don't think there's any hope of me destroying this thing in time. I ain't got the time for it, man. We gotta work on getting our Cofferoids upgraded. You're like a scrap thing here. What do you do? 25% base damage to the bombs. And you also... You know, I've made a mistake here. Pickup radius being increased. That's a big increase, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I think we want, like, increase that drop by 2, and then this could be nice as well. So we want more coffee beans, and then more for surviving the run. And in that regard, I think we should send it on the run. I'm scared to spend my milk because we don't. It's not a plentiful resource. Neither is the chips, though. Granted. We gotta hit the flow state though. We must devour the enemy striker. Huge. Just keep pinging him. Ooh. The flow ring. I forgot that it increases our damage as well, actually. The more rings we get. You know what? Let's not focus on trying to get the boss. Let's get the 4 rings here. Okay, that's not good. We are 4 off, man. You gotta be kidding me, Sammy. I'm trying to think of the top of my head some of the worst songs I've heard in the club, and I'm genuinely struggling. There's that, like, I think maybe Gangnam Style might be a top 5er, to be honest, and that's like a shame. Oh, brother, because there's nothing inherently wrong with Gangnam Style. It's just that, like, when it comes on in the club, at least like where, like, I mean, when I've heard it in nightclubs, it's like definitely all or mostly like white people, and they're like phonetically trying to say the lyrics to Gangnam Style, and it's just like, you know, like, it's just a bit like it's a bit you know. Friday, I actually have heard Friday in the club as well, actually, by Rebecca Black. There's definitely, I was of an age to be at bars when, you know, meme songs were hitting the club. I did not have a by the way, just real quick, I'm not a big clubber anyway, but you know, you're 18 and it's like, it's either you go out with your friends or you stay at home and then have to. That was like the reason why I went to like Magaluf when I was a teen, like I was like 18 or 19. That was like the only reason I went on like a lad's vacation when I was a kid, was because, I say it was a kid, I was like a late teen, early adult, was because it was either like go there and have a bad time, or don't go and then have to hear like nothing but stories for the entire rest of summer about being there and not having any active participation in any conversation, because I wasn't there, so I won't have any context at all for it. The night one of me being in that cursed place, flying to Palma de Mallorca and then going over to Magaluf, was my friend Ryan, well, my old friend Ryan, drinking 19 beers. We lost him, found him like shirtless wandering the streets, and then he pissed himself, and that was like day 1. And it did not, I rest assured, it did not get better from that point forward. It was not like a, like, we were not doing numbers in that country, man. We got quite a lot of beans here. Automatically collect all beans and scrap on the field. I mean, I don't think that's that valuable to us currently. That's fine though. Let's get better range, increase laser range. Don't need that just yet. Let's decrease the flow ring timer, and then add 6 seconds of coffee. If you run out of coffee, you'll get sleepy. Yes. Let's add some more time to our thingy here. Come back and you hear that, you don't question it. No, you shouldn't question it, man. Listen, he was like 18. I don't like exactly blame him for, I mean, 19 beers is like outrageous. Personally, I've never been somebody who kind of like ever has been into the prospect of like, I'm going to get blackout drunk on purpose. I've been drinking and then not realized like how much I'm drinking, and been like, whoa, hold on a minute, like things are going a little bit wavy here, and maybe I'm a bit more drunk than I expect to be. I've definitely, like, you know, been very drunk, but it's like being like, I've never been like 19 beers drunk, put it that way, right? Like 19 beers is absurd. And like, I think the worst it's fine, I can tell these stories about him because I don't know this person anymore, so it's fine. But I think he was one of, because like the guys I went with, right? I wasn't single at the time when I went there, and even if I was, I don't think I'd have been interested in anything that place had to offer. But you know, these guys are 18. They're like, yeah, let's go like meet some girls, blah blah blah, right? I think Ryan was like, he was one of the few guys that was there that ended up like taking a girl back to the hotel, but there was nothing happened apart from I think he fell asleep in the bed and then pissed the bed, and she woke up to like being covered in piss, and that is. I mean, honestly, she's probably told that story like every year for the rest of her, like that was like 13, 14 years ago. She's probably been telling people that for a long time, frankly. They're limit testers. That is true. I mean, I guess you're right, man. He's limit testing, and you can't really fault him on that one. You never know if you don't try. But I've done some embarrassing things like in my life just by virtue of being. I mean, I did some embarrassing things as an adult. Never mind like as an awkward teenager who's like in the pursuit of, I don't know, money, women, or power, or whatever the hell, right? Whatever people strive for. I don't know. But I would say that like that is a tough nut. That is a tough one, man. Like pissing yourself is in bed with a random woman you don't know is gotta be up there with like. That's a career ender, man. Like you're like you pack it in at that point, as far as like pursuing goes, man. You're like, nah, I'm moving to the forests, man. I'm living as a hermit. This is not how we're gonna. It's not how we're gonna live. It's devastating, man. It's gotta be a devastator. I think we're quite close to finishing this goal, actually, of defeating these little robots. These little robot boys. Oh yes, get rid of the little robot boys. We should destroy some more. Oh my god. I was about to say we should destroy some more just in case we haven't actually done that, but we did not do that, and we are now in trouble. We actually still have some points to put in here. I've got like what, 33 flow? You know, add me some base damage to the laser. That has got 100. Right, okay. That's okay. Not what I was expecting from it. That's got 100 levels to it. A little bit more than I can afford right now to get that all the way up. And also, I don't know what the next upgrades are going to be because it's locked behind the fact that there's 100 levels to it, so that's a little bit awkward. I think maybe I should go for like a shield or something, or do something so that I can start actually taking a hit or two before we die. Okay, we've definitely completed that though. That's good. And now the boss is coming in, and now the skeleton appears. Okay, big. We may actually be able to kill this here. I'm not even joking. We did it. We got a chip as well. The only time I've ever gotten that drunk was after my friends found out I can't get hungover. They're limit. Oh, they're limit test gamers. Oh, right. Yeah. But, I mean, to be fair, my guy was limit testing as well. He was limit testing. So you can't get hungover. I mean, I don't know like what that means for you as a person. Your speed increases by 300%. There's gotta be something better, man. There's gotta be something. Your ship deals 2,000 base damage in colliding with a Coffroid or Space Core machine. I mean, that's interesting. You don't really have that many beans, man. I could increase the amount that I generate, though, which is interesting. It means I can get near lethally drunk and feel fine the next morning, provided I am not still drunk. I mean, it's impressive. I just don't. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's certainly an interesting talent. I don't know how you would take advantage of that talent to any degree, apart from like, I don't know. Thing is, like, I'm kind of like a light. I kind of maybe hum and haw over whether or not I'm actually a lightweight. I'm not a lightweight compared to some people. But then I guess that's the same for literally any human being on Earth. Yeah, you're lightweight relative to the heaviest drinker that Russia has ever produced. But what I will say is that I do like the concept of being a lightweight more than being able to drink more. Like people that are like, oh, I could drink so much. I'm so good at drinking. I could drink so much alcohol. I always kind of think that they're bozos and chumps because, like, realistically, I would much rather spend infinitely less money getting to the buzzed part of my evening than I would, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think I want it, you know? I think I'd rather, what do we got here? Okay, extra 15%. I don't know if that's gonna do numbers for me right now. Need to figure out, you know what? Increase the laser beam. We probably should. Restore 10 seconds of coffee. You know what? Just launch me again. But I'd much rather like get drunk off of like 2 beers than be like, yeah, I can drink like 20 beers and be like fine. That just sounds expensive. I'll hit like the 2 beer into water combo until I'm like feeling more sober and then have another beer than any other jungle pathing that the game could provide me with, that life could provide me with. Ooh. We have destroyed 80 vehicles. I gotta get that floor ring, man. There's a lot to work with here. There's a lot of beans. There's an awful lot of beans. This is just me use the honor system hard to get up in league. I don't really know. I mean, mine's like kind of like flatline because hold on, increase bombs drop by 1. Interesting. I guess we could go critical damage, right? That wouldn't suck. Increase crit hat. Okay, let's see. Sure. Reduce the bomb cooldown while we're at it. You know what? Put some scrap in that. Bomb detonation increases the damage of nearby bombs by 30%. Don't know what that means, frankly. You're throwing some numbers at me. Don't have anything else to spend my milk on. Although, wait, hold on. A shield that blocks the next hit would be lovely. We got quite a lot of upgrades here, actually. I used to drink a lot and barely get a buzz, but to be honest, I realized I just took no joy in drinking heavily. Yeah, I get that, man. Even in my 30s, I still have some friends that are like really into drinking heavily, and I'm like, but why? Like, to what end? They're like, oh, it's just like fun stuff happens, and I'm like, okay, but like, fun stuff happens or like reckless stuff happens? Like, which is it? Because I know the answer, right? Like, I know. Because I know that, like, you want to drink, like, an entire 75 CL of vodka and try and find RuneScape, man. Like, you don't have to tell me twice. I know the script. They're always trying... MFers are always trying to find RuneScape, man. Just hit a buzz and have a good night, man. It just seems like so good in comparison. Oi, oi, oi. Yes, beautiful little rings. Bosh. The double bomb drop, by the way, it was a good call. The double bomb drop is nothing but a good call. We stay dodging out here. We stay dodging out here. It's killable. It's killable. Yes! And we got our 666 as well. How far can you get in a level just by remaining fully still? Probably not like as far as you would think, just because it's like crazy easy to get hit by literally anything in this game. Put 1 point in that. Okay, that's not really what I'm actually looking for here, I think. I'd be willing to put some base damage into the bombs. I'm a respecter. Give me some collection radius as well. With some milk. Put some milk in there. We're on the 5th milky sector right now. Who would have thought that the bombs were goated, man? Not me. Not I. Okay, there's a lot of guys here. I'm trying to catch some scrap here, but it's difficult. That's no good. 130 though is pretty solid. Thing is, I'm just like, I don't know where we go here. Can I put a point into you? Increase invincibility time when hit by 0.15 seconds. I mean, decreasing the flow ring spawn rate. I think we're getting held back a little bit by our flow state here, man. It would be very nice to have more to work with there. But to do that, we need more beans. That being said, I'm gonna spin it off. Oh yeah, catch one of them. Just keep collecting. We've got another laser beam as well. We're making. I feel like we're making huge gains, though. I'm not sure if we're making huge gains, but oh my god, it does feel like it. Okay, I'm getting hit by like literally everything out here. That is a giant asteroid as well. Just keep dodging, brother. I learned from a very like early age, at the very least, like as an adult, when I could actually like go to a bar and drink an alcohol, that like fruity drinks are simply just goated. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but like they are, right? Like I would rather have like a cocktail than like a beer, and it's not like people don't necessarily appreciate that, I would say. But listen, I live my truth. I live my truth, and there's nothing anybody could do about it. I like going to Magaluf or whatever, like Palma de Mallorca, and getting a fishbowl was possibly one of the only stomachable things about that place. Because I remember that you'd go to somewhere and it'd be like all you can drink, and that was like an appealing thing for a lot of people because it was like, I guess, cheaper. But I like pulled up to it. We paid like 20 euros to get in, which I guess like at the time, this was like a while, I say a while ago, it's like almost 15 years ago. It was like, you know, you'd expect to get quite a lot of drink for that. And then me being like, I would like a cider, and they're like, we don't do that here. And I'm like, ew. And I'm like, what are the options then? And it's like the worst vodka you've ever tasted with the worst measurement you've ever tasted. Like, no, it's like 50-50 vodka plus mixer, which is not a good measurement, man. It is the worst measurement. It is not a measurement that should be tasted by man or beast alike, you know? This is an interesting one. We're close to getting both of these, and I think we should probably make it so. We gotta collect 15 scrap though. Get the bombs out here. Hello, League Mom, how you doing? Okay. Appreciate you. I really need bombs to like do any damage here. We're not scrapping with the best of them. I think the bombs are the only way that we like kill anything. I mean, there's a lot of beans. Hey. Beep. Beep. I go to his margaritas because it's so easily versatile in the sense you can swap any flavor in it and it tastes at minimum decent. I like. Yeah, I can maybe see that. I tell you what, like depends, right? I definitely think that my Achilles heel is like margarita, like tequila. I feel like every single time I've ever been hungover, there's always been at some point someone in the evening being like, "Do you want to do shots of tequila?" And then I'm always like, I have to make like a conscious decision if I want my next day, like the next morning that I have, be a bad time. I don't know if I've ever drank tequila and not had like a horrendous next morning. I just don't know if it's possible. I don't know what it is about that specific drink either anyway, that just for whatever reason disagrees with me in every conceivable way. Hold on, you know what, increase the amount of scrap. That's very big and I like that a lot. Give me more, double the amount I get. Double it for me, you little pig, you little swine. Go to the Long Island iced tea. I don't really know what I mean, I like a vodka with blackcurrant lemonade. It could either go by the name Cheeky Vimto here, or I guess sometimes maybe, but or like a VBL. That's the slang vernacular for it in Britain, I mean in Scotland at the very least. I'm getting heat. You know what? At the very least, we get a lot of scrap, even if we don't kill that many guys. It's a big asteroids here. Ooh. I don't know if I'm ever gonna survive long enough to actually see me get sleepy here. I just keep getting killed. Ooh, collect 35 floorings. We keep getting all this milk, but nowhere to spend the milk. That'll increase the beans. Increase ship speed. I mean, we could definitely 15% extra. Blackberry whiskey and lemonade. You know, I don't like drinking lemonade at all on its own. I'm just not like a lemony guy. But it does tend to be the mixer of choice when any form of alcohol is like anything with like a cordial in it. Don't really think I care what the cordial is. Little bit of blackcurrant cordial, perhaps. But I guess like the good thing about it is like, yeah, you can have like a double, and it will not taste really of anything because like the blackberry is like so overwhelming a flavor that you can't actually like taste the alcohol, which is good because like if I'm trying to catch a buzz, I'd rather be tasting something that's actually nice than like yes, I'm going to drink my hops meal. I honestly got no idea, man. Unlock me that. Oh, it doesn't want the next part, you stinky poo. You know what? Crack me a bunch into that. Just give me a bunch of base damage. What was your favorite drink back in the day compared to now? When you say back in the day, I mean, it's not really changed, frankly. But like when I was a teenager, before I was actually of drinking age, I guess it was whatever I could get my hands on, which could be like a quart, like a straight bottle of vodka or onion cider, which is like, yeah. Because it was generally cheap before they added like taxes onto everything. It was like super duper cheap. Because like who wants to be drinking that, you know? Answer is like nobody that nobody of like respectable class, like standing in society, I guess. Including me, including me. I'm actually hitting the like the American fade as far as like drinking is concerned these days. I'm like when I'm drinking, it's like, do you want, you know, when like Americans are like, do you want a beer after work, and they actually just drink one beer. That's the kind of vibe I'm going with right now. Let me see, let me see. Restoring 1 second of coffee for 2 floor rings does not seem very good. I'm really sorry to report. I would like to restore, maybe get this though. That would be nice. We've launched 50 times. I don't remember it, unfortunately. Which is, I guess Astro Prospector is the name of the game. Very simple little game. Oh, I did walk into that one. That's my bad. Ooh. I mean, to be honest, I thought I was gonna kill it before it got me. We've entered the full state. I'm flying at the bad stuff. We do get like a little bit of an increase there with the 15%. It's very nice. Start each run with 1 extra 4 ring in the field. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Starting it off like that is no complaints here. Oh, I just flew into an asteroid, man. What am I doing? Picking up all this. I need something that gives me more flow, man. I feel like that's where a lot of my upgrades are being like hampered. I guess like I'm not getting enough beans either, but I haven't hit a limit on the bean department. We're getting the rings, man. We're getting the rings. Bomb base damage could be nice though. I accidentally just, okay, you know what, that was an accident, but it did happen. So we're gonna have to live with that one. I've still got 50 actually of them, and then you know what, I would be willing to max level that as well. Create an explosion when receiving a hit while boosting. Sure. I'm out of milk. That's fine. Okay, you know what? We still have some scrap though, but we can put in that. Can put in there. Can put in there. You got 1 more level, huh? That's fine. I hate you. I tell you what, man. It is. I mean, it's bad. I think like the other night, I think I had like 1 glass of wine would be, and I was like ready for bed, man. I was like, I don't know like what's happened to me. Maybe I don't know if I maybe hadn't eaten enough, but like I had like 1 glass of like, I don't even know what kind of wine it was, man. But it just like it made me so unbelievably sleepy for like no reason. Like usually I'm like fine on like a glass of wine, but it was I think I was in bed by 10 p.m. Like, maybe even asleep by 10 p.m. that day. That night. That's... And honestly, like, listen, I used to make fun of the idea of, like, 90-year-olds getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and, like, going to bed at, like, 9 p.m. I gotta say, as a 32-year-old, I get it. I totally get it now. I'm 100% behind that prospect, I think. Which, I don't know what to tell you. It is goated. It is goated. I don't know how they came up with that as an idea, but it's a Hall of Famer. They should definitely go on Dragon's Den with that one. Something about, like, having been awake for 4 hours and it not even being midday is an unbridled dub. I know that, like, that's like what people do when they get up for jobs anyway, but I mean, like, of your own volition, not just like because you can, not because you have to, because you can. Like, even on weekends you're getting up, like, early, even on the days where you're not working. I gotta, you know, I'm sitting here like I should really change my, like, upload schedule, because, like, I'm people agreeing with me in the chat, and I'm like, man, I post videos past their bedtimes at this point. I mean, oh Jesus, oh Jesus. Okay, we get like 500 a pop here, which is kind of nice. We can get that cooking as well. That'd be very, very lovely. I don't have a chip though. Sorry, we won full state is nice though. I like that. But we need something that, like, increases the amount that we generate, because then we could hit the moon. Then we could get everything that we've ever desired. I think if we want to beat the boss on this, I think we just have to get lucky with, like, bombs appearing and us having, like, halfway decent damage. Just continue collecting, continue collecting. So we gotta hit all these flows as well. Hit the bombs. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I'm the guy with the bass and drum. I go around like, oh, boom, boom, boom. Bop, bop, bop. I mean, I think I got it this time. Never mind. Never mind, we got it. Gosh. Okay. We got a bunch there. 35 to start 150. We're on the iced Caulfields now. 1500. Oh, they're seeds, dude. They're not even beans, man. Am I okay? I was so sure. I was so sure. Okay, we're really not. We're not doing too much on this one. Now we've got, like, icicles to deal with. They're always going to be falling. We have to keep our eyes on them. Huge, man. Love it. A chore! Something to pay, a chore to pay attention to. Ugh, and little flying man. Okay, go. Just continue bombing. Don't worry about it. You know what? There's still little guys that we can get a hold of here. I did fly into it. That's my bad. Not gonna lie, iced coffee is alright. I loved iced coffee. I think iced coffee is, like, before I stopped drinking coffee altogether, That was like what I would get. Even on like cold days, I would still get like an. I mean, if I'm at home, I'm just having a regular like instant like hot coffee. But if I was ever drinking coffee in establishment, it was guaranteed to be a nice coffee. I don't know what it is, man. It was just like refreshing. But I can't drink like coffee period now because it will, like, it will do havoc to my insides. It's not. It's simply not worth the. Why? Like, even if it's a good deal on some coffee, you know, getting a good deal on some instant coffee, it's not worth the money that I lose on toilet paper. Because that's an investment in of itself. My tentative little tummy. Man, the bombs are not cooking on these things at all, frankly. Once we get some radius going. Ooh. Okay, I thought I might still have invincibility. What if you rolled up instant coffee and smoked it? I feel like I would have like a heart attack. I actually don't know though. Like I'm genuinely unsure, frankly. Like what would happen if you rolled up like that and smoked it, man? Okay. Thinking. You know what? Give me that. Increase your base damage by 5 when shield is not active. Yeah, you know what? Add 1 life. We'll get us some milk. It's fine. I can live with that. I feel like I don't know what use people have for it, right? Because I don't have a clue. But you can buy like caffeine powder. And I feel like it should be genuinely a controlled substance, if for no other reason than the fact that there are people that are like, do you dare me to eat an entire teaspoon of this caffeinated powder, and then them having a heart attack because their heart is beating at like 400 beats per minute, and it listens to like Draven funk music to be racist to or something, you know? Like it's like such an easy way to get yourself a heart attack, but also one that like is a little bit subtle where you might be stupid enough to not realize what it has what it has the potential to do to you, man. You know? Like somebody who's like, what is this? Oh, it's caffeine powder. And they're like, oh, right, okay. And then they just like do the cinnamon challenge with it or something like as a joke. They might not realize until like someone who has a clue walks in the room and is like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh yeah, Tony just like took 3 teaspoons of that powder, that caffeinated powder, and then the person's eyes widen and they're like, we need to get you to like a hospital like immediately. We're not playing around on this one, lads. Battle stations, this man is about to have a cardiac arrest. $900 from 1 run, that is pretty good. I'm looking to save up to get some more bolts. I think I want more bolts actually, so I'm gonna get shave up there. It's kind of like the Panera Charge lemonade that like made a woman have a heart attack. I honestly can't blame her, because I've looked at like bottles of like Prime in like stores, and I'm like, this isn't, even as somebody who used to drink energy drinks in the past, I can't immediately tell that this is like an energy drink compared to the other one that isn't, because there's like different versions of it. One is an energy drink and one is like an electrolyte thing or something like that. I'm not really sure. But like, it's not so obvious even to somebody who knows what they're looking for that I feel like it shouldn't be legal, maybe, perhaps. I've never had Pro Plus before, wait, or like a caffeine tablet either. I feel like I mean that I've never had a pill or a powder in my life, like as far as like recreational drugs are concerned. it is tempting to when you're at like the gas station or whatever to be like, what is the gorilla dick like Viagra, you know, gorilla pounder Viagra pill saying, you know? Give it a try, man. Like, who knows what might happen? Could be the greatest night of your life. You never know. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, to be fair, it's mostly like poppers. I guess. Is alcohol classified as a narcotic? Genuine? I mean, that doesn't sound right. But that being said, I actually don't know what the textbook definition of the word narcotic is, so I can't call you on it. I'm walking into this, my bad. It's a class 4 narcotic. Okay. Did I ever... I think I have told this story before, but I'm gonna just tell it again. See when you're a kid, right, and you're like the dumbest being to ever do it? I remember me and my friends in like high school, we bought glue from like a corner shop with the intent of like huffing it. And it wasn't until like 15 minutes after we tried huffing the glue that we realized that like, when we looked at the packaging, it said non-toxic on it. We thought we were like so badass for like getting away with buying something that was gonna get us high. And then it turned out that it was not anything of the sort. You can get these cappuccino candies that have caffeine in them. I love coffee flavor. So like I could definitely see myself having like a cardiac arrhythmia from eating too much like coffee chocolate that I did not, or coffee flavored candy that I did not realize actually had caffeine in it. Listen, I don't know if we're ready for this conversation particularly, but like I get it, like alcohol is like the one that claims the most people, etc. But like, let's be honest, like it's not the worst drug. Like, is it though? We need to dial back a little bit and be like, okay, it's definitely not like black tar heroin or like crocodile. It's yeah, okay, people get like, it's the most accessible one and people like get addicted to it and ruin their lives. I equally as bad as any other one, right? But like, I mean, listen, see, when used in extreme moderation, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. That's not to say that it doesn't like fuck up people's lives tremendously. But that being said, lots of weird stuff messes up people's lives. And I blame Reddit for that, frankly. That's very true. It's the worst drug in the same way that cars are the worst transport, yeah. That's what we want. We do want that, don't we? We need like 5,500 though. That's a bit of a grind. We can grind it though. I think maybe I need to get my damage up actually. A little bit of scrap. That is true though, cars do kind of suck. I'm like grateful that I do live in like a vaguely, I wouldn't say walkable city, but like certainly a city where like public transport is like, I can get like basically anywhere I want in the city in an hour. You know, if I'm timing it right with like the way that, like, if I'm leaving when I know the train's gonna be there in like 15 minutes or something like that, I can get pretty much anywhere I need to go within an hour. However, I can't even imagine like living in a place like, I don't know, like Los Angeles or something like that, where it's like, first of all, like not really walkable, and second of all, like I know that like public transport does exist, right, in America, right? It must do, okay? All I've heard is that it's bad, though. And having to, like, drive everywhere, but also living in, like, a vaguely, I don't know about densely populated, I don't know how densely it is compared to other cities, but, like somewhere like Los Angeles. All I've heard about LA most of the time is about the traffic that resides there, right? And that sounds tough. Like places like New York City, like you don't hear like about the traffic, even though I would presume it to be horrible. But I don't know if people just like don't use cars there because they're like, well, it's New York and you can just take a subway or train or something like that. I think they've got like a, from what I can tell, maybe not like a very clean public transport system, but like a functioning one at the very least. Japan, insanely densely populated cities. I got a couple of taxis when I was in Tokyo, and it was like, yeah, honestly, it didn't speed things up any tremendous degree. It was nice to get like a little sightseeing tour of the area. Very expensive though, dear God, it was expensive taxi. I got like, it was pretty funny, and I felt bad, but also like it's not my fault because I didn't think about it when I ordered it. I went for a walk, like just, you know, like wandering around like near the Airbnb that we were at, and like there's lots of like, I mean, if you've ever been to like Tokyo and gone into, there's a lot of tight alleyways and tight streets that people live in, right? I ordered a taxi to wherever the hell it was I happened to be standing. This was not where I was staying, but it was like vaguely nearby, but I didn't want to walk like, you know, 25 minutes back to get a taxi when I was going to go meet like friends who didn't come with me at the time. And so this guy pulls up in like a minivan to like the tightest street you've ever seen in your entire life, and it's my bad because I didn't even think about it. And I had to watch him do like a 23-point turn of just very slowly reversing, going forward, reversing, going forward, reversing, going forward, reversing, going forward to get back out so that I could get into the car and we could drive away. It probably took like 8 minutes of like just me sitting like and I didn't know what to do, man. I felt bad, but like I don't know what you like. I can't exactly be like, yeah, stop, come. I'm not gonna like. He probably doesn't speak that much English either. But I don't want to be like. There's nothing I could do, man. I just had to like sit helplessly watching this guy try and get out of. Yeah, he was like he was Austin Powers in the taxi, man. He was in Dr. Evil's lair trying to get the little cart out the area, man. At the hallway. It was diabolical. And I tell you what, man, like it's also like really bad, but I got like super lost down some of those like side streets and stuff like that. And I was just like I was in a residential neighborhood. I was just walking around looking at people's houses, which definitely like sounds sus, but like it kind of is what it is. And like it's nice because like every house kind of looks different, and yeah, it's just cool to look at not like the architecture that you would go like actually be a tourist at, but like, you know, just like a little bit of touristy stuff, but to places that people, you know, don't. Why would anybody go down some random side street in Gokakuji or something like that, right? But I got really lost and I could not figure out how to make my way back to the main road. So I had to follow like groups of children, because my logic was the direction that they're coming from must be like a main road, because that's where like all their parents are walking. Like there must be a school nearby, first of all. Second of all, their parents like must have taken them to like they must have left them at the main road, and then the kids have gone the rest of the distance. So I'm like walking towards all the children where they're coming from, and it did work. I did manage to find the main road from there, and then from the main road I was like, okay, I know where I'm going, and I head back. But it's super duper easy. And I'm not sure. I think this was like day one, or like, you know. So I don't think I'd activated my SIM card yet that like let me get like Google Maps to figure out where the hell I was going yet. And that's my fault, because I was at the airport and my friends were like, "You should get the SIM card now," and I was like, "Nah, that's fine. There'll be other places to do it." Cut to like 7 hours later of me being like, "I am so lost. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die on these streets, man. I don't know where I'm going." I don't know where I'm going, dude. I felt bad as well. People there were really nice. And it was quite easy to speak English there because everybody like kind of, you know, I say this and people always give me a kind of huh, but like one of the best places I found to meet Japanese people to like have a conversation with them was a British pub, and it's called Hub. If you've been to like Tokyo, you probably, if you're from the UK, or you maybe probably seen it because there's 100 of them, man. There's 100 of them, but it was the best place that I found to meet, and we were there because like the rugby was on. But it was like goated for meeting Japanese people because they go there thinking that British people were gonna be there and they want to practice their English. So they're like, you get the Miley Cyrus best of both worlds on it. You can do a little bit of practicing, but hold on, I'm gonna. There's no way that I kill this thing. There's absolutely no way. We haven't destroyed enough of them yet. How much do we need? We might be able to do it in one run, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah, they're nice. But it was Halloween in Shibuya, and I met like a volunteer firefighter, and granted, I was talking to him for like 20 minutes, and he was so nice, and he pulled out like a little candy and gave it to me, and he was like, "This is for you," and I was like, "Thank you so much." There is not, I don't know if this is like coming from a different city perspective. There was not enough money in the world to make me eat that candy. I don't know why in my head I was like, this guy has spiked this shit with Fent, and there's no way you could convince me otherwise. This guy's trying to kill me. It's like, I'm not about to throw down with a volunteer firefighter in Shibuya, Tokyo, man, just because he handed me a hard candy. But like, I think that like anybody here in the chat or anybody watching on YouTube, if you live in a city like that isn't like that city, I suppose you would be incredibly suspicious of anybody handing you any kind of candy or anything that you put in your mouth if you do not know the person, man. I'm like, I listen, this would cause a problem in another city, man. You can't. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, he was probably just being nice to some tourists. And you know what? I'm sorry, buddy. You were very nice, but I ain't eating your candy, man. And that's because I'm cynical, okay? And I've experienced the world in a different way. Okay, we're not quite there yet. We got some milk. Only my grandmother could give me a hard candy before you suspicion. Yeah, although that being said, my grandmother, before she passed many years ago, once did give me a Werther's Original, which is like a butterscotch candy, and I damn near choked to death in the back of a car because of it. So like, catch me throwing hooks the next time that my grandmother ever offered me a candy ever again, man. You're not gonna catch me going. That's not going anywhere near my esophagus again, buddy. Put it that way. Shibuya Halloween was a great time though. There was a lot of people, but I was like, I somehow like I was somehow like enveloped in a crowd of people, but I also felt safe. But that being said, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't go the year before because they had a lot of police. Because like the year before that, the tourists were like flipping cars. And as much as I'm like, you know, when I enter the streets of Shibuya, I'm shaking my head so they all know that I disapprove of that behavior. In my head, I'm like, it would be very memorable of a moment to see people flipping fucking cars, man. Oh yeah, I can't listen. I'm only human, man. Like, I don't want people to flip cars, but if they are flipping cars, I'd like to see them like being flipped, man. I don't know what to tell you. Is that wrong? Yeah, probably. But like, at least I'm honest about it. Like, I don't know, man. There's something like that's rad about being involved in a riot-ish, but only by virtue of being in the vicinity of it, you know? 1,100, very swag. We can now increase the amount we gain there. Oh my god, that goes up by quite a lot actually. Okay, so that is good though. We can generate some beans as well. Let's generate some beans. Let's increase our ship. Can we increase our? Do we want to increase our ship speed? We got 2 milk as well. You know what? Put me... Oh, this is... You know what? We should have done this earlier. Unlock automatic... Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me, brother. We've had a whole ring down here that we could have done. The virtue of getting to be a fly on the wall. When these things look awesome. I can't believe that I've been lacking on this one here. Can I go back and get more chips, or is it only one per run? I'm just curious. I'm gonna go back one. It just didn't appeal to me that much at the time, man. You could go to Paris. People fuck cars all the time. There's been like 2 situations I've ever been in wherein like there is something problematic happening, and I am not involved in it, but I am in the vicinity of it. One time I went to a house party, and this was not a house party, right? This was, you know, back in the day there used to be like news reports of people who would like post like their 16th birthday party on Facebook, but not realize that like it was a public event and anybody could see it. It was one of these. So it was like a girl that went to a different school that we did not even know. We just knew some people that knew her, and we were like, let's go to there, right? As it would turn out, about 200 other people had the exact same idea that we did. And we're like, well, I mean, maybe she'll be nice and let us all in, okay? Maybe she'll be like nice and be like, yes, this will be a good idea. Obviously not. Bad idea. Okay, you don't get it for doing that more than once. Okay. Increase base damage. Yeah, go for that. Go for you. Max level. Yeah, I can live with that. We gotta get some stuff going here. Isn't there a movie about that? Possibly. But yeah, so we went, and it was a disaster, and like people started lighting fireworks off inside our home. And the worst thing is our parents were home, man. Like our parents were there, and our parents were like getting into arguments with unsavory individuals outside. And I was like, this, like, to be honest, I don't know why I would do it in that situation. The people like inside our house just spray painting her walls in front of her parents, and there is not like a tremendous amount that could be done about it, I suppose. But anyway, the police end up showing up. But the issue is that like a single squad car showed up to a house party of 200 young adults, right? Which, now granted, the initial scare of the police is a deterrent to bad behavior. However, all it takes is like a couple of people being like, what are they gonna do? They can't put all of us in the back of that car to completely flip the dynamic, and all of a sudden, like, dude, people were jumping on the police car. People are like, you know, not fighting the police, but like they're like very much letting them know that, by the way, you don't actually have any power. You're gonna need some backup, brother, because nobody cares. That was really cool to be part of. Somehow, that was fun, because I was like, me and my friend were taking pictures in front of the car, and people were jumping on the car. We were like, what? That was cool. And then the other time was like when the royal family, like there was the royal wedding happened, and I was at a park called Kelvin Grove Park in Glasgow, and let's put a point in that. See what's going on there. Increase my damage here. Oh, increase lasers. 50 extra base damage. 50%. Laser cooldown decreased. Oh, I want that big time. And then give me more base damage on the laser. I'll give me milk on that as well. Why not? I need some chips though. And like that was mental. There was like horses blasting through crowds of pedestrians, and I was in the middle of the whole thing. Bottles flying over my head, like people getting a fight. Somebody stabbed a horse, man, and I was just in the middle of it drinking like a cider and just like being like, cool, man. Like I figured in my head that like I'm not doing nothing to nobody, right? Like if you're in I hoped, and it did pan out. Granted, I realize that this is stupid now, but like I just figured that like if I'm in what is essentially a riot that's happening, right? there's probably some threat assessment that's going on by both police and also the civilians that are participating in the riot, right? The police are looking for people that are actually dangerous to halt them from being dangerous, right? So people that are fighting, throwing bottles, throwing rocks, throwing etc., trying to do harm to other officers, and then also other civilians as well, right? And then the civilians are like either looking for trouble from people that like may give them some enjoyment in fighting, or the police themselves. I was neither. I was just the fly in the wall, right? I was the fly on the wall, just sipping my drink and watching the chaos unfold, and it was rad, man. I do appreciate that like all it would take is like a stray glass bottle being flung that would hit me in the back of the head, and then I'm like in a wheelchair. I get that. Now I understand that it was very silly of me to do that. However, I'm just saying at the time it was kind of rad. But that's like that's the beauty of hindsight though. I'm like, that was dumb, but at the time it was pretty. And I don't like inherently regret it because I got to be part of like, I was looking at like the footage, like the pictures online of like all the photographers took in the paper. And I was like, I can see myself like right there. And the next like day, all my friends and I were like trying to see ourselves in the pictures. And that was something, man, because it felt like you were part of something, you know? Okay, we stay dodging. Come on. Yeah! Remember when the Queen was visiting during Ross's stream? And he said, I hope she's dying and her death was announced during the stream. I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about with that. I don't know what you're talking about with that. I don't believe I predicted the Queen's death, frankly. But then also, I don't think I can't say with any great certainty if you're... I don't know, man. If I'm not missiles, huge. Unlock some range. Launch one extra missile. We'll get that. Missile search a new target within range of the current one is destroyed. That's pretty good. Let's increase the laser range. The laser. We do want to get that though. Increase those or decrease those cooldowns, I should say. I'm cooking on something here, I think. Oh yeah. Aye. Okay, the missiles are pretty good. That being said though, there's still a lot of firing being done. A lot of like projectiles I need to be dodging, and I'm not a huge fan of. Oh! The JD advanced to the Scots. Was it the Pope that he visited and then immediately died? That's pretty good. It's pretty good though. I'll get that as well. Increase the turret rate of fire. I can do that. You know what? Increase that. You know what? Send up to the max. Increase base damage. Create lightning strikes between turrets and your ship. Yeah, we're working pretty nice here. This is an excellent game for banner, by the way. I'm loving it. It's providing me the sustenance I need. Like, dopamine numbers go up, but also not enough happening on screen that I feel like a little bit overwhelmed that I need to lock in. Ooh. Okay, there's a 4 ring like all the way up there, but another one of you, huh? Listen up, buddy. Oh my Jesus. Good. Oh my god, I took a hit. Oh, we did it, we did it, we did it, we did it. Holy moly. get another chip. How much I got? 1200? We do want to get that laser cooldown though. I could go with an ultra missile. And then frankly, I think just launch me again. We gotta get some sauce here. Do I have to be in the turret range for it to fire? I think I do, right? It seems like there's a cooldown whenever I leave it. Or it's losing power whenever I leave it. It's kind of like Heimerdinger turrets. Aye, the icicles, man. Another icicle, dude. It's not hitting the way I want it to hit. Destroyed 300 machines. That was bad. However, we do have enough to get the laser cooldown, which is fantastic. Firing like 20% faster is big news. That will compound over time. I'm annoyed that like I didn't know that upgrade tree would lead to lots of useful things up until now though. That is a little bit embarrassing. But it has led to quick progress. I'm getting caught with my pants down with these icicles. We just focus on hitting the 4 rings, man. Aye. Ooh. I got a bit too like gallus about trying to get that 4 ring. We've collected 25,000 coffee seeds. The bombs seem like so unbelievably valuable. I don't know why I'm not just trying to like get the bomb damage up more. Ouch. Oh, there's 2. I'm in. Hold on though. Doable? Winnable? It is winnable. It is indeed winnable. That is crazy work though. I mean like I don't remember. The only thing I remember about the Queen passing away was that like I tweeted out, "Rest in peace. She would have loved League of Legends." I'm not even sure that I regret tweeting that. It's pretty like a bit of a pointless thing to tweet, frankly. But in my head, I was like, "Yeah, this is gas. Hit send tweet, man. Send tweet." In my head, it was a genius, a genius maneuver. Let me see here. We could add 1 life. Yeah. Baller tweet, sir. Yeah. I mean, I'm not one to care about the monarchy in any regard, but I'm just also like, what was I doing, man? like what am I tweeting here? I think I was just trying something, you know? Like you see like news about like Panic at the Disco splitting up, and I tweet a picture of like a guy looking in the mirror like Brendan Urie telling the rest of Panic at the Disco that they're breaking up. Just stuff like that, man. Just having a little giggle on the internet, man. The way Twitter was made to be used. Now it's like all that I see on Twitter is like the same copied and pasted threads, and then it's like, want to go viral on X? Join my course and I'll show you exactly how. And the course is like just people posting the same threads over and over and over and over again, or ad nauseum. The dead, if the dead internet theory is real and exists, It is on that website. There's no doubt about it. There's simply no doubt about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, frankly. I ran out of time. That's the first time that's happened in a while. I mean, we could add some more time. 2,000 of you, so I guess we'll level you up to the maximum. Can't afford you though. That'd be something else. Sure. 14 floorings though, that's quite a lot, isn't it? I'm realizing this isn't actually as much as I thought it would be. It's only 10 per, which is really not that bad. OMG. Unlock oscillators at maximum gravity module. Gaining access to new weapons and upgrades. Alright, that seems like something that we probably want to make happen. Although we do need chips though to make... What the... Oh, I get it. Dude, I understand why my thing is going crazy. It's because I'm still using the mouse and also the keyboard at the same time, which is freaking out, making it freak out. I've taken 2 hits already. What's the point, man? What am I doing here? I simply don't know what we're doing. We're taking a jillion damage. Ooh. You're Scottish, you had to joke about it as well. Yeah, I don't feel bad about it, because, like, I mean, what's she gonna do about it, you know? But, like, at the same time, it's just, like... It's just kind of, like, low-hanging fruit and not a very good joke. But at the expense of someone's death, and I'm like... Yeah, you know what, if I was to go back... I think, like, with a little bit of hindsight on it, it's not even, like, a respect because of the monarchy thing, it's more just, like, a respect for a person thing, I guess. Definitely not my best joke. I've had worse jokes though. There's no doubt about it. It's not even in the top, like the bottom, you know, 50 jokes I've made, but we are on the tiramisu desert now. Yahoo, yippee, kaye. Mother trucker. She's gonna haunt your descendants forever. That's fine by me. I'd like to see her try. That being said, I've had some bad luck recently, so like maybe she has something to do with it. Like the washing, like the boiler not like working properly or whatever, and then I get a guy in and he's like, actually it's not the boiler, it's the sink, and then I'm like, oh god. Then I get a plumber in and he cuts some pipes upstairs in the attic, and then I'm like, alright, okay, is that fixing it? And then whenever I turn off like the cold water tap, I now hear a gung 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 upstairs because one of the pipes is like rattling against something, but the guy's on holiday. And then if you fill the washing machine with like fabric softener, it has like a tendency to overflow and like get like water all over the floor. You gotta mop it up, and so now I don't know, man. I mean, I tweeted that years ago, so I don't know what she's saying fuck me for now, but like she's coming at me. It probably her. I'm just taking damage for no reason, just for the love of the game. Dying 50 runs. We have got a lot of money, but we don't have enough. We need 5,500, but we do have like multiple. Oh brother, we're starting off with a lost life. When we hit 5,500, we have 2 chips, so we should actually be able to unlock like quite a lot of stuff, which is kind of swag with it. If you don't mind me saying, if you'll pardon my language. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. I am going to put my fist through a wall. I've got. I'm surprised. Where? From where? Okay, we need 1,000 more. I just want to see what we unlock. A bomb, like me upgrading bombs would have gone crazy. Would have gone crazy. Get me in turret range here, at the very least. Ah, the flooring. All the way on the other side of the map, huh? I can remember, dude. This is like a bit off topic, but I just, for whatever reason, had like a brain blasted, like a memory. There, like, when I would stay at B's, when we like first started dating, there used to be like a store that we went into to buy like crisps and stuff like that, and it was very, almost definitely a store where people sell like weed or other things, like behind, like under the counter. And I remember like going in multiple times, and I look like me, right? So there's like there's a presumption made on other people about my lifestyle just because I kind of look like I spark mad Zeus, essentially, right? But there's like I multiple times it happened, but there's this awkward moment where you go in and you're buying like crisps and like chocolate and some juice, or like some like I call it juice, but it's actually like fizzy soda, but we call it juice here. And the guy behind the counter being like, "Is that everything?" Like very much like hinting towards something else to be purchased, and I'm like, "Nope, just my snackies." And I was 31 at the time, man. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why do I look like this, man? I don't know. I'm supremely locked in. I'm not supremely locked in. That like that very much that zoned in on me. That like doesn't matter. We've got enough now. Okay, what do we unlock here? Unlocks moons that orbit your ship. Okay. Unlock pulse. Roger that. I think I can probably get moon as well. Launch me. You said that word for it. What did I say word for it? I've forgotten already. Okay, I don't know what... Jesus. I don't know what the button for my pulse is on keyboard. Or I don't know when to see that it's fully charged. Okay, I can see when it's fully charged. Okay, I can see it. Okay, you guys got homing rockets, man. That ain't fair. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? Just my snackies? I did not say just my snackies. I will admit. No, just this, Mr. Man. I think we're gonna call it there for Astro Prospectors. This I've been playing this for 2 hours, and I could easily play it for 2 more. Let me know if you want to see a little bit more of this game. I greatly appreciate you stopping by and you know, hanging out with me while we talked about absolute nonsense. I'll see you all next time. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day. See you next time. Bye.